So I was just looking at my end of the month recap list, and I realized that I did not read on Justin Bieber as promised. So I'm a woman of my word. I'm going to make sure that I actually read on Justin Bieber. So here's the latest on what's going on with Justin Bieber. First and foremost, what happened in the last couple of weeks, as you know, it looks like Jay-Z and Beyonce and them had an after party, and Usher and him into an altercation. And he was also seen at a different event and he was crying. So I'm gonna be honest, I get the sense when it comes to Justin Bieber, I don't know why I heard something along the lines of dealing with like he didn't like how he was talked to. You know what I mean? So I get the sense like we are in the ending phase of the shadow period, and I feel like a lot of things get misconstrued and misinterpreted. But I feel like what actually initiated that argument was like a miscommunication of some sort. And I feel like Justin was a little bit under the influence and kind of had a chip on the shoulder. And in that situation, how Usher chose to speak to him was, or vice versa, was just like Justin wasn't going for that. So I feel like we're partial to of the argument, like what happened. You know what I mean? I'll give you honest. I know like people have been seeing pictures of Justin Bieber being super emotional, but low key, like I'm not gonna lie, it could be crazy. I feel like it's giving me shrooms. You know what I mean? Like it feels like he was just kind of on a vibe, probably on drugs or whatever, and just burst out into like emotions and stuff. But I do get the sense because the reason why I say this is because I feel like he's going through a really reflective state right now, and I feel like that reflective state is being triggered by like some journeying. And usually when that tends to happen when on the mental note or anything, that usually happens when you're like under the influence of shrooms or like acid or anything that like of that sort where you gotta kind of deep dive. I feel like right now, like of course, Justin has a lot of wounds. You know what I mean? Justin has been through a lot in this industry. And there's some there's one that can say that a lot can change or you can do something about what has happened to you, but I think he's stepping in the area of his life where he's feeling like he has to do something about it. And he sat back and allowed a lot of things to happen to him where he hasn't done enough to defend himself or do anything about it. But I do feel like you'll see some more things happening with him within the media, especially when it comes to altercations. But I feel like he's going to come into space of being a little bit more boisterous. But I do also see a release coming for him in some ways. So even though he's gone through a lot of things and there's a lot of things in the past that he can't make peace with in the ways, it feels like coming up in the next couple of weeks that he'll be able to get some justice in that department.